Last item on our agenda is Heather available. Heather was going to speak to us about the chamber and with the virus.
Okay, as I said earlier, Heather is at her mountain home or her cabin, and she gets spotty service there, and she tried it this morning and had no service. So I'm going to turn it over to Carissa, Bethany, and Emily, and if you guys will run with it, what we had asked of them to do is just to give us an update on how this COVID-19 stuff is affecting our downtown businesses or the businesses in the Etown community. So any one of them want to go first and run with it, please?
Sure thing, I can go with it. We just go down through our numbers. So my name is Bethany, and I am the owner of Found in You. I flip furniture and home decor, and my location, actually today, we would have been celebrating 1 year at our new location. So I'm in the old Linden Gallery building at the front of Kairos on Market Street. So anyway, when we got the notification, March, I think it was the weekend of the 15th or around that time, we found out that we weren't going to be open for retail anymore. I was pretty much immediately tried to be inspired by something to keep my business afloat. Social media has been a big part of my business, Facebook and Instagram. And so that is a beautiful thing for me right now. It's free. And I have been using that to my advantage. So what I have done for my business is I went live. I go live every 2 weeks, hosting like a watch party idea, where I have just been walking my customers through the shop on my phone. And I give them the option of paying. I invoice them. And it's been amazing to me how people have responded to that and are still interested in buying furniture and home decor. And I've even had some people tell me that they prefer to shop this way, which is crazy to me because they're able to be in their home and walk around with their phone and figure out where they want to put the furniture or whatever. So something that turned out to be a hard thing, the pandemic and this whole COVID closure idea, is something that I think I'm going to continue doing in my business. When we open back up, I'm probably going to be hosting a watch party every 2 weeks or so. So it's another avenue of income for me, which I did not see coming and did not expect, but I'm thankful for. So that is how I have adapted my business as far as going online.
Thanks. That's a silver lining on the cloud there, isn't it?
So Heather had asked each of us to take a bullet point, and mine was about engaging customers on social media. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So I'm really proud about the way that all of the small businesses in Elizabethtown have adapted. I think it's something, for me personally, I never wanted my shop to be e-commerce. I don't shop a lot online. I think it's hard. I like to see things and touch them and really know the quality of the item that I'm getting. So for me personally, it was not something that I ever wanted to do. It was like taking on a whole different storefront for just the online aspect personally. So it was super daunting. And, in the first couple of weeks, we were able to put a few things online and had success in selling things there. But I've hosted a few virtual happy hours through Zoom. And it's been really fun to get to know our customers. The first week that I did it was the first week that we were shut down. And I felt that we had the best turnout that week. And I had done it, I think last week was maybe my 6th one I did, 5th or 6th. And we had success, but the numbers kind of dwindled as time went on. And I think a lot of that has to do with the amount of screen time that people are facing, especially with like lots of Zoom meetings for work and things like that. So like to add on another even recreational Zoom meeting, I I think it just got to be a lot for people, but it was really fun. I was asking icebreaker questions like, what's your favorite movie? Or, you know, what's one thing that you can't live without this quarantine? So it was just a way to engage our customers and learn a little bit more about them, and kind of fill that gap where, since I'm not in the store talking to people all day long, it kind of filled my cup too, and hopefully theirs as well. So that's an idea for people. If, you know, I don't know if you all have businesses or employees or something, it might be a good way to reach out to them and just kind of check in. We also have been doing, so I've also been trying to post more frequently on Instagram and Facebook. I think it's important to stay relevant and to stay in people's news feeds. So, or timelines, I guess. So posting product, and even just kind of fun things that I'm doing throughout the day. I think people like to see the person behind the business. So again, I encourage you, if you have your own business, that might be something, you know, an avenue to try. We've been asking nightly questions, again, more like icebreakers to get people involved. And I've been really excited to see the amount of people each night answering them. And it's kind of fun. Like, you can, at least now I can kind of see the patterns, like, oh, people aren't going to answer this question if I post it. Or, so it's kind of fun to get in the head of the people, like being not targeted, but on the other end of that social media aspect. Like Bethany said, it is free. And I think that is so important right now for being a small business owner. You know, for those who maybe didn't get the funds that they need or aren't making that same income that they were making before. It's a free way to engage with their customers and to say, hey, I'm still here for you in whatever way you need. Yeah, I think it's just, we're all navigating these waters in a new and different way, and to be engaged and relevant. And I'm not really trying to push products right now. I know people are still buying, and but I just feel like it's like a touchy subject with people's incomes and things like that. So that's about how we've been navigating the waters of social media.
Awesome. I feel like I got one of the hardest questions, so I'm going to try to just share what I've thought of and kind of the background. I'm Carissa. If you didn't hear in the beginning, I'm from Kairos Massage and Skincare. And kind of the background with me and my business is when the non-essential businesses closed, because there was lack of clarity as to whether we could continue medical massage or not, we decided to close as well. And I immediately had to furlough 9 of my employees. So myself and 1 skin therapist has stayed on staff, and we've been manning the online marketing. We've been doing some retail lives, product sales. And when we do them, they do well, but that's really not what we offer. We offer therapeutic massage and skincare services to the community. So we have really been stopped from probably 99% of operations, and we're just trying to kind of stay in front of the community. But my question was to share useful resources that we've come across, and really I would say the best resources from what I've heard and experienced in the community is just fellow small business owners. And those who are willing to be real, but also positive with you when it comes to sharing what you're going through. And something that I have been really blessed, we got connected to the EDC, the Economic Development, is it community or center in Lancaster? And our business was one of the ones who got one of the 44 EDC loans. So I do feel really blessed just because everyone has been sending me things. People are looking out for small businesses in our community. Some of you might know this, some of you might not. Dale Ressler is my father-in-law. So he's been through a recession already, and he's been willing to share with other small businesses in our community and with myself kind of whether you want to take on some extra money or not, do it just to be safe. And if you don't need it, great, just pay it back. So there's been wise people speaking into a lot of me and my fellow small business owners who are going through this for the first time. And I just feel like we've been watching webinars, we've been applying for different things, and just sharing with each other has been a huge resource. Hearing that you're not alone and that, oh, hey, did you apply for this? There's small grants that are popping up everywhere. So even in Elizabethtown, there are small grants that are popping up. The chamber just put something out, and Facebook has one. It's not in our area yet, but that's a potential. So just to be constantly networking with the other small businesses in Elizabethtown, I think has been really beneficial to me, and is beneficial to be talking with one another and asking small businesses, hey, what have you done that has worked? Or can I share this thing with you? For me, that's been a really positive as we go through this COVID-19 experience together. And I don't know that I really had anything else. Following all the chambers as well, Lancaster Chamber and Elizabethtown Chamber, they've been shooting out tons of resources that have been super helpful. And then directly contacting agencies. I know we hate that, and you can be online and wait for a long time, but if there's a lot of hearsay happening, go directly to the source to make sure you're getting exactly what's going on, from whether it's funding or laws or things like that that are coming out. But that's just my take on it. So thank you again. I don't know, again, we really got called into this last minute, so I don't know if Heather was going to open us up for questions or what, but Deb, I know she talked to you a little bit, so.
Carissa, I know that Carissa, you've created a GoFundMe or Facebook something when all this started. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, and that's had a little bit of I don't know that I want to talk about that, but no, it's okay. I will. Just being a part of the Downtown Business Committee with the Chamber, I hear a lot about the personal stories of businesses hurting. And so apart from the Chamber, it has nothing to do with the Chamber. I decided to start a GoFundMe for 30 downtown small businesses in Elizabethtown. I did not put my business on that list because I felt like it was better to not do that. So we've been kind of championing, if anybody can give $30, if we can get 500 people to give $30, we can give $500 like grants to these 30 downtown businesses. And if that goes well, then maybe we can do another 30 businesses. So we did that. And I probably have gotten as many "why am I not on this list" as donors. But that's, I mean, I've told many of my colleagues and friends downtown, it was kind of something like you either commit to it and do it and make a difference for a couple, or you don't do it at all. So yes, I did do that, and we have gotten a lot of encouragement and support through that as well. So it's been overall good for the most part.
I think what's nice to hear is how you didn't just throw up your hands and say the heck with it. You're adapting. You know, Emily's doing something different, and Bethany, yourself, and I think that's awesome, and commend you, because it's out of your hands. It's out of our hands. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. I was waiting for somebody to find the unmute. Okay, I figured.
Yeah, no, I did. It's not so much a question, maybe, but I just want to say to the business people in the area, thanks for trying at the very least. And obviously you're doing a lot more than just trying. But honestly, I don't have the guts to do what you're doing. I'd love to, but I don't. And it's just in me. Thanks for what you're doing. And we're going to try and support you as much as we can.
Thank you for the encouragement.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
And I really do feel the love in Etown. I have a shop in Hershey. That's where I started. And I feel like the amount of small business in Elizabethtown is so empowering, and like to lean on those people, those business owners or employees, or even the patrons. I feel like the community in Etown is really committed to shopping small. You know, despite the talks of Kmart or Target coming into town. But I think, you know, I'm very thankful to be a part of this community, and yeah, and you're a part of that too. So thank you.
Anyone else? Oh, Don.
Any other
Take
questions?
yourself off mute, Don. There you go.
Yes, how do we contribute to the GoFundMe for our businesses?
It is on social media. It's on Facebook, and we've shared it to the Elizabethtown, PA page, so you should be able to find it there if you're a part of that group. Thank you.
Carissa, what was that under? That wasn't under the Elizabethtown Chamber. What?
No, it's personally, it was just something that I personally launched, and I wrote, I put in kind of the guidelines as to, this is the date that we're going to walk the fence to the businesses, and we're going to videotape as many as we can if they're comfortable with it. We're trying to be transparent the whole way through.
All right, I'm going to see if I can find it on mine, Don, and I'll share it. So if you're my friend on Facebook, you can grab it from there. If not, too bad. No, sorry.
It looks like Hob has a question there.
Did any of you put in for the BP payroll protection plan at all?
I didn't.
Did anybody get it?
Okay, so I would like to speak to this, but it's probably like, it's hard because all businesses are different. I did get it through Fulton Bank, and I did receive the funds already. But for me, I'm not allowed to hire my staff back, and I'm not allowed to open yet. So it's really not going to be the most beneficial to me unless Governor Wolf allows me to open up and hire my staff back within the 8 weeks that I received it, which was like 2 days ago I received it. So yes, I did receive it, but it stands to show whether it's going to be as helpful as what it was supposed to be in the beginning.
I think the main issue behind that program, or the essence of that program, was to keep the employees being paid, whether they were sitting at home on their butts or going in and cleaning the shop or doing whatever. But yeah, that was a bear of a program. Any other questions?
Okay, not hearing any. Thank you, Bethany, Emily, and Chris for coming in and sharing. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Does anybody have anything else for the good of the club? Okay, the ringing of the bell. Oh, Don, did you have something?
Yeah, just really quick. I hope all of you know if someone is sick or has a loss in their family or whatever, that you do know who to contact, and that's Lori Funk. She's the memorial chair. So if we want to get a card or letter, flowers, just if anything comes up, just reach out to her. I don't know how many of us were aware of that. So real important part of who we are as Rotarians. Thank you.
Sheriff coming back in. Did anybody see Hob on the phone?
Yeah, yes,
All right, just checking.
he's here.
I know he's here, but he's on the phone. So that's a fine.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Hob.
You got it, Sheriff. You got
Busted,
it.
Hob.
Okay, if that's everything, time for a ringing of the bell. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks,
See you,
guys. Have a
everybody.
good
Thanks.
week.